This Is Not a Remix is a densely packed academic monograph based on Margie Borschke's research into the changing meaning of remix in the context of music culture. Borschke offers perspectives on difficult questions regarding the nature of remix and the role of copies in our understanding of media. I read This Is Not a Remix twice for this review. First as an ebook on an iPad, swiping right to reveal more of Borschke's thesis, and then as a paperback, an altogether more tactile experience due to the smell of fresh ink on paper, the physical act of turning the pages, and the eye-catching cover. The content of both versions was exactly the same, yet the experience of reading each book was fundamentally different. Following Borschke's argument, each is a copy but also a different instance of the source material. In this case, the form of the content is also different, even though the arrangement of words, sentences, paragraphs, and chapters is precisely the same. In the opening chapter of the book, Borschke outlines her vision for media studies and asks, why copies, why remix, why vinyl, and why redistribution now? One of Borschke's key observations is that the term remix has been appropriated, transformed, and expanded to refer to all contemporary digital practices of copying and recombination. A comparison is drawn between the historical use of remix with its current rhetorical use as a metaphor for digital culture. Borschke provides an in-depth case study on the analog disco edit, comparing its history with the current unauthorized circulation of digital and vinyl edits, and considers what these two practices can reveal about the materiality of media. Borschke's study, perhaps to its detriment, focuses solely on music, MP3s, vinyl records, CDs, tapes, and DJ culture. Drilling down a little, the analysis of musical artifacts leads to more pertinent questions, including, is remix an apt metaphor for digital culture? In asking this question, Borschke makes the perceptive observation that the term remix has dramatically expanded in scope in recent years. Remix now refers to many media production practices in numerous different forms, such as remix videos, Photoshop images, text cutouts. The fundamental process of recombining samples into a new composition is the common factor that ties these practices together. The real danger is in expanding the reach of the term to include the simple copying of non-sampled content. Borschke goes too far here in her argument by attempting to limit remix to its origins in 20th century music culture. Central to all of this is the question of copyright. This Is Not a Remix adopts a somewhat ironic slant when considered in this light, as the book remixes many ideas published by other authors. This is less a case of plagiarism and more one of so-called multiple discovery, whereby findings and insights are uncovered independently, more or less simultaneously, by multiple researchers in different parts of the world. While the book is an enjoyable read, the overuse of excessively academic language at times makes it less accessible than it potentially could be. This is unfortunate because with such rich source material to work with, it should have been easier to bring this material to life and make it even more compelling for the reader. The emphasis on MP3 blogs and disco edits shifts the focus of the book towards a historical analysis rather than a contemporary study, despite Chapter 6 discussing streaming music services such as Spotify and Apple Music. Just as Borschke describes how countless MP3s, playlists, and online music collections were lost when Kim.com's mega upload servers were raided in 2012, streaming services, legal or otherwise, are susceptible to being shut down for economic or political reasons. Perhaps MP3s will go the way of the vinyl record and come back into fashion someday. Having a copy of one's entire music collection safely stored on a hard drive offers a certain security and peace of mind which streaming services simply may not be able to provide. Margie Borschke's This Is Not a Remix offers interesting, in-depth studies into DJ culture, MP3 blogs, and the history of vinyl, and despite its obvious audiocentrism, provides useful insights into the nature of the copy in relation to remix. It is a fascinating read that provides much food for thought, and notwithstanding the criticisms outlined, This Is Not a Remix is a valuable addition to the growing remix canon.
The worry when you're being interviewed is that you're going to say something and it might be taken out of context. But that's also the hope, taken out of context. That you'll say something and it'll be taken out of context but make you sound smart instead of all those ums and ahs and all that sort of stuff. The soundbite wasn't invented by Twitter.
Margie Borschke is a writer and academic. She's based in Sydney, Australia, and she's the author of the book This Is Not a Remix.